Hey everybody, what's up? I know it's been a real long time since I've uploaded, and I certainly can't promise any greater frequency of uploads in the near future, but that's for good reason. I just wanted to give some little life updates. As some of you who have been with the channel for a while may know, I was divorced a little over a year ago. Life kind of fell apart, things got pretty dark for a while, didn't have much motivation for anything. However, a little while back now, I met a wonderful woman after much searching, and just recently I proposed, and we're going to get married next month. It's coming up quick. So, yeah, life is going really awesome, and things are going to be really busy, so probably won't have much time for video making, but I am going to be playing the new Last Epoch season a little bit, so I thought I'd give a quick rundown on what I am planning there. I am basically a noob as far as Last Epoch goes. In the past, I've played into the end game a little bit, but haven't gone very far, haven't killed any of the end game bosses or anything. But this patch looks really sweet, and I'm really excited to get into it. So I just have a super bare bones thing here. All I've done is skills and passives, no items or anything, because I just want to kind of play and suss it out. Been doing a little research so that I understand the basic systems of the game a bit more, but you know me, I don't like to follow build guides or anything. I just like to jump in. And I know, I already know for a fact that this idea I came up with is not super unique, because in one of the many threads of people asking, what build are you playing in the upcoming Last Epoch season, I posted what I'm doing, and then as I scrolled through that thread, I found somebody else who's doing essentially an identical thing. So I think it seems like a pretty cool interaction, and was happy that at least I must be on the right track, because this person kind of seemed like they knew what they were doing. So I was like, all right, my idea is probably not a dumb idea to begin with then. So I'm going to be going a Sentinel Paladin. A little dog's making noise behind me here, but we'll get through this. And the main idea is that one of the changes in the patch to multi-strike was the addition of this Blade Storm node. This makes it so that even when you're just attacking a single target and there's no other enemies around, all of the other multi-strikes from stacks of armament can hit that single target that you are attacking at the cost of a bit of mana, but we do have ways to deal with that. And then, hoping that this interaction works. I think this is going to be kind of busted if it works, so I wouldn't be super surprised if it doesn't work. And in that thread that I was reading through, I saw conflicting opinions. One person said that a dev in the Discord said the interaction should work, but another person said that the interaction sounds like it would be overpowered, so it probably shouldn't work. So we're crossing our fingers. We'll see if it actually does work. But the idea is, you'll get all these single target swords, and then we are converting that to smite with Hallowed Arsenal over here. Don't know if that will actually let you hit all of the smites on a single target. That's the interaction I'm worried about. If it doesn't, I'm going to pivot to a Forge Guard Summoner, which was my original plan before I started digging through the skill trees and patch notes and came up with this idea. So anyways, we don't care about the damage of multi-strike at all. We are just using it to apply smite, and so we've picked extra armament stacks. Probably not actually going to end up using aggressive cadence here, because I think I am going to end up going one-handers, because one thing that I did actually pick up from what that other person was doing was using Aurelius, the one-handed sword. Like I said, I'm a noob to Last Epoch, so I don't know all the uniques that are available and stuff, so it was interesting to see that, and it did seem like it would probably be the better way to go, because shields seem like they are pretty strong in this game, so having a one-hander and a shield is probably better than going two-handed. Anyways, then we're going smite, and the idea for damage scaling is we're going all in on electrify rather than the hit damage. So we're grabbing all this ignite chance, and then we're just pathing through here, grabbing all this electrify chance, and then this node turns all of your fire damage to lightning damage, which we don't really care about because we're just doing the electrify. We don't care about the hit damage, but it turns all of your ignite chance to electrify chance. So we are stacking lots of ignite chance and electrify chance, which will all stack together, and then we're grabbing all these things to, get more penetration and duration on electrify and whatnot. If I get some plus extra to smite, probably put into this, maybe just more points into this for cleansing me, or maybe like health regen there. I don't know. None of this other stuff is really that important, but it seemed like some of these might be nice. And then everything else basically is, well, I guess there is one more part of this interaction. You can also, excuse me. You can also take this node in Healing Hands to make it so Healing Hands will hit on a melee attack hit, and despite all the extra swords from multi-strike being converted into smites, the initial attack is still just a regular melee hit. So we can make that proc Healing Hands here. And then the most important part of Healing Hands, getting some like minus mana cost here because this is going to be spammed pretty quickly, and Healing Hands has a relatively high mana cost, so we want to bring it down. But the most important thing is we're going over to this Holy Winds node here. This says it makes it so that when an enemy is hit with Healing Hands, it will spread all of the electrifies on that enemy to 4 other enemies within 5 meters. And then we're getting decent AoE on Healing Hands itself. So, like, again, I've never played this before. I'm kind of last Epoch noob, so I don't know how big the AoE on Healing Hands is. But presumably this will hit, like, several enemies. So then those enemies will all spread their electrifies to each other and more enemies in the area. So I think that should give pretty nice clear, in theory, spreading all those electrifies all over the place. And then we are just going with some more supporty skills here on our other ones. I could potentially see maybe replacing either one of these with a movement skill of some sort if it seems like that would be helpful. But we're going Holy Aura. We get some Ignite and Electrify chance here, and of course both of those count for Electrify chance for us, so that's fairly strong. Get the penetration, get just some global damage, get some attack and cast speed, so basically just general buff stuff. Get some healing effectiveness and health regen here, because we should be like quickly healing ourselves with Smite too, so I think the sustain on that should be pretty good. And then Symbols of Hope, more kind of thing, you know, you get Ignite chance per symbol and Electrify chance per symbol. I'm not sure if I'm totally interpreting how Symbols of Hope works here. It seems like probably all of the, and somebody can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong here, but I assume the way this works is that you get all of the bonuses on these little nodes and stuff just passively for each symbol that's up, and then activating it to consume the symbols just gives you the ward and the less damage taken per symbol, whereas all these are the passive effects that you would presumably lose until your symbols get back up. That's how I interpret that. I don't know for sure if that's how it works. The main reason I have this here is just because I would like to get to this extra symbol, and Sadie, stop it. Dog's getting whiny. She wants to go out here, so I'll keep this not too much longer. But if I were to get a relic, either a legendary one that I put it on with LP or just a exalted one with +4 to Symbols of Hope, then I can put 1 point or 3 points here and then the 1 point there to get 1 extra symbol. So that's how the skills are working. Getting a phone call here. I'm just going to decline that for a second. Dog's being loud. And anyways, passives. Basically just stacking more Ignite chance and Electrify chance and all the bonuses for Electrify stuff. Get this thing that gives more lightning damage over time per extra crit multi you have. So we'll get some crit multi on gear, and then we are using this to make it so you get mana gain when you use multi-strike to cover the mana cost of all those extra swords proccing smite and stuff. So there might need to be some more additional shenanigans to deal with all the mana costs, but hopefully I'll be able to figure that out. Anyways, life is really good right now. Thank you all for you who have stuck by and supported the channel all this time. Like I said, can't really promise there will be many videos going forward, but I'll probably do a video about whatever I do end up playing in Last Epoch at some point here. And thank you all for watching. See you later at some point. Bye.